Welcome to Spiritual Guide and Light SGL. This is a love reading, and let's see if the messages come out. Before I start, I want you to understand, for those of you whom the 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 card that comes out can be a love message for self. So I need you to keep that in mind. So the card that comes out, Aries, it can be for self, for those of you who are not in a relationship, are not dating, you're not courting, um, you're not married, you're not divorced, you are single. Okay. For those of you who are labeled in any of the labels that I've labeled, then put yourself in that situation. For the most part, if the reading does not resonate with you, that is okay. You can continue to watch, put it in your safe deposit box, and use it for when you need to. Okay. What else did I want to say? So basically, Aries, this is a self-love message. I was going to put self-love message inside the title, but it's a vice versa. It can resonate for you through self, and that's all it's love. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the reading off pertaining to self, and then I'm going to give the other half of it in pertaining to love, regarding you filling the label of the title, whether that's dating, courting, ex, again, marriage, significant other, partner. Um, some states, I do believe common law still exists. I don't think common law exists in California. Okay, that's where SGL is. Okay, California. And for those of you who are new to Spiritual Guide and Light, welcome. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success of this new channel, reaching 1,000 subscribers. I thank you so much, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my allergies is officially acting up. Anyway, um, I'm getting you don't have to try too hard to be cool. To be cool, for those who don't understand you, are those who try too hard. Okay. Anywho, I need to make something hot instead of drinking cranberry. It just tastes so good. But let's go ahead and start. I'm getting to go by threes, but that is a very extended reading, and I've noticed that if I give too much energy, and then I have none for myself. So if you want an extended to your reading, I'm gonna figure out how Patreon works. It works for some other people. I just haven't went that route yet because I want to make sure, am I going to be able to keep up with doing it that way. So, but if for the way that I'm doing it for right now, if you want an extended, make sure that you email spiritualguideandlight@gmail.com. Send your gift through CashApp at $YourSGL at SGL or PayPal. Attach that proof of that gift payment, and in the subject line, put the title of the video. Okay. And make sure that it says YouTube. As long as it says YouTube, if you forget, I'm going to email you and ask you, was your reading on YouTube or was it the podcast? And with that being said, for those of you who like podcasts, yes, we have a lot of collective and general readings. The link is in the description box. Basically, it's not video, it's just audio. All right, let's go ahead and start your reading. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As intuitive reader, allow this reading to bring clarity, understanding, and confirmation for Aries for March, as above, so below. Ashe. So let's see what comes out. What is the love message for Aries fire sign? For those of you who don't know, if you're like, oh, I wonder What am I? Air, water, fire? No, you're fire. So we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So pertaining to self, remember I told you first we're going to talk about self and then we will talk about engaging with another or an interest, RX, okay? Pertaining to self, and it says it's time for you to disconnect from the world. It is simply saying clear as day, okay? Is you're not focusing, you're not even giving yourself 10 minutes of time. It's like you're not being distracted. It's just your priorities are not in order, okay? To where, so what this is requesting of you is to focus on yourself so that you can prepare yourself for a relationship. So you can show up right on time for love, okay? This is like saying, I want someone to love me, but if you're not loving yourself, how can you can receive love from another, but it will be short lived. There, because the more then once you start loving yourself, those are the moments where you start realizing, I don't think I want to be in this relationship because you allowed um, someone else to love you, to fill in voids that you really truly didn't understand why the voids were there. And then once you realize why those voids are those gray areas, right, within your life, because you substituted for another person who was willing to love you, and then realizing that that wasn't the option, it was just the moment. Okay, so let's see what messages come out for you. Let me put this down right here because so we have retreat. Okay, so remember I said I'm going to talk about self, and then we'll go into and see what messages about pertaining to someone else. All right. What messages? It's time to disconnect. We have the judgment, that's my awakening. We have the title card, and we have the devil. So basically with this, I'm not going to name any signs, Capricorn, but it's like once you can awaken yourself in pertaining to truly who you truly are, not second guessing, especially if it's sexual orientation, the style, the way you like to dress, the way you like to present yourself. Remember how I started? I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was kind of sarcastic. It was kind of like, you basically you do you. You're not trying too hard, but those who are trying too hard are simply trying too hard. And this devil energy is simply living for other people and not yourself. You need to grab onto your own identity. Okay, so it's kind of like, it's not saying go AWOL from the world. It's simply saying it's time to create who you are. Okay, because as long as you, um, as long as you just go on with the ride, you stand in line, you get on the ride with everybody, right? There's this excitement. That's the addiction. That split second of that excitement, and everyone gets back in line again, right? Some people get back on the same ride, and some people say, oh, let's go to the next one, right? Some people say, nope, no, I need to take a break. Let's do some entertainment. Let's play some games. Maybe let's just go home, right? But what I'm trying to say is this devil energy is not a bad toxic thing. It's just kind of like, well, for some of you who like street life or, choosing the streets, then your life, right? And then there's also the awakening of a hustler. This is flipping it, doing the opposite, literally removing yourself from the streets to improve yourself. And the things that you've learned in the streets, you're now going to create it your own. Um, this is also saying, this is Aries, there is someone who needs to retreat from a married couple. It's a third party energy. Um, it's the only reason why you're in this is because you need to be taken care of. Um, You fill in the blank of what that is. Either that is sexually or that is financially. For some of you, this is simply saying it's time for you to retreat and awaken yourself, because when the day that you decide to get married, are you going to want your significant other or your partner or your better other half to give themselves away when they've made a vow to you, right? You want to be the one to only have that title and those benefits of your other half. Okay. So going into that's what I have for pertaining to relationships and self. So Aries, that is your love message for the most part. Um, when you retreat, it's kind of like you can enjoy a retreat, right? So it's kind of like stop giving yourself away. Okay. Enjoy your retreat of re-establishing yourself, getting everything back in order for so when what needs to arrive, right, is the grand finale. All right, Aries, don't forget love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you and I.